Millennials Talk That Ish. As y'all know, I am Monet.
I'm Nia.
And we had a birthday yesterday.
Y'all, we tired, so please bear with us today, okay?
That's what this is for. It was her birthday.
Yes, y'all. Yes, it was my birthday.
Yes.
And I'm 25.
What she said? She said. Guys, today we have a touchy episode. Yeah. So we needed more of this.
Yeah, as y'all can see, there's no tea on the table. So we not like spiking the tea today. We just drinking the spike.
Yeah, we're just drinking the spike today.
Just drinking the spike
because we are talking about pedophiles and how families like to cover that shit up.
Yes, people love to cover up pedophilia, and
Ooh,
I need to let that shit just hang out.
I never understood why like people cover it up. Like, if my child come to me like somebody did this to them, I'm going off.
Cause it was like an embarrassment. But my thing to it was, how were you embarrassed that someone raped your child?
I want to kill you. Like,
right. How is that the first thing you think of is embarrassment? That's the first emotion you feel is embarrassment for the family name. F the family name.
Yep. F everybody for my child.
Okay, straight like that. Straight
it's
like
for
that.
Everybody when it comes to my kids. So I never understood it.
Because people want to be perfect in theory. They want to be perfect. And they don't want nobody to know our family has this wrong with it. Or someone came into our family and disrupted it.
But, no. I'm sorry. If you know.
And then y'all be covering for them for years.
We gonna need another bottle.
Oh, word.
We gonna need another bottle for this episode because. But no,
a lot of y'all can relate.
Yeah, I have people close to me who have told me stories. Thankfully, I never really dealt with like that,
right?
Like, personally, for me, like within my family, I don't know if someone else has in my family, but personally, I haven't.
Right.
Because just hearing stories, it'd be like, how can you... Like, I have a friend who aunt's husband used to touch on her and stuff. And did it to her younger cousin. And the aunt's still with him. Like, the whole family knows.
Like, shit is regular. And then y'all be so quick to tell girls, oh, don't wear this around them and don't wear this. So if I'm in my house and I'm chilling, I got a crop top on, basketball shorts, you telling me I gotta go put on a full outfit, fully cover up because you're perverted as cousin, husband, father, uncle, whoever, friend from down the street is coming over when he shouldn't be coming over in the first place. If you feel like uncomfortable with him or her, like.
No, that's true. Personally, like, I'm kind of in the middle when it comes to stuff like that, like the whole changing the clothes thing, because when I was younger, I didn't take it like that. Because I lived in the house with my dad, so when my dad was in the house, I would put on, like, clothes that wasn't showing, like, my ass and shit. So but then it's like...
Was you told to do that?
I guess, like, growing, like, when I was young, yeah, I was taught to do it. So I never really looked at it to be an issue, but then now, like, that I'm older, I be like, yeah, I get it.
Because why do I have to be...
Like, why do I have to change?
It's not even like... Because, we know fathers can do inappropriate things too. But why is it that if I'm hanging out in my house and I'm chilling, and you invite someone over, you invited them over, I then have to go and put on whatever kind of clothing. Because... What's the difference of me going to the beach or going to the pool and I'm wearing a bikini? They gonna see me however they gonna see me. Is that not correct? So in my own home, I cannot feel comfortable, and then y'all wonder why kids don't ever want to come out their room.
You know what I think it stems from? You know how they, when it comes to like rape and stuff, they try to blame the victim because of what she wore.
Always victim blaming. Oh, she had a thong on.
Yeah, so I feel like that's what it stems from. It's like, so you.
But either way, y'all gonna blame the victim.
Yeah, I personally don't agree with it. What I wear shouldn't be the reason that
so you telling me men just don't have no self-control, or women who rape don't have no self-control? Like, you just look at me like, rape. Like, you don't have no self-control? Y'all not gonna blame the person that has no self-control, but you're gonna blame the victim.
Yeah.
Even if I'm outside and I'm wearing a mini skirt and a bralette, I deserve the right not to be harassed.
Mm-hmm.
Because when men are outside and they don't got no shirt on, I'm not harassing y'all.
At all.
You know, I'll look, all right, you look nice. You cool, all right, I see you. And I'm going to keep it moving. I don't think, oh yeah, let me go grab his penis. What? Why do y'all feel like that's okay? I don't think that's like
I don't,
the first thought that comes. Let me go grab it.
But
even if you have a nasty thought, like, oh,
you're right. It's
shorty package.
It's not, I want to molest you.
But I never go right. I never go to. Alright, what you gonna?
Let me grab you by the dick.
Grab him by the balls.
But, have you dealt with know somebody personally that?
Yes, I've been sexually assaulted by a family member. I never have ever said that out loud. It was only 2 people that knows about it. Maybe 1.5, because the other person, I don't ever want to out them about knowing, because it would be a very, very sensitive situation for her. The other person, 3 people know. Sam and Tasha know, because they've also been in similar situations.
Okay.
So, and it's always, that's what we say, it's always somebody you think you should trust it. So you'd be like, and then it's always the victim that y'all blame. It's never the person who did it. And you never think like, how could you blame a child, but you're not blaming the grown man who did it? You're blaming the child, but you're not blaming the grown man who did it.
Now I would never understand.
Mind-boggling to me. That is mind-boggling. How does that work for you?
Yeah, I'm trying to soak this in because, like she just said, people didn't know, and I just learned this. So I'm a little bothered. Because y'all know how I feel about this girl, so I'm a little bothered. They blamed you.
Mm-hmm. And it was just like,
The child who don't know nothing?
Who's the child? He took my virginity. Who's the child? I didn't get on top of him. Who's the child here? Who's the adult? You not a brand new adult. You in your years. So how is it again my fault that you can't make proper decisions?
Do people in your family still talk to him?
Well,
you said only certain people.
Yeah,
know, so
everybody don't really fully know the situation. So I mean, they wasn't really a person that people fucked with anyway. So it wasn't like really nothing. But everybody doesn't know the situation. But they didn't fuck with him anyway. So it wasn't like a big thing if they stopped talking to him. But that shit was always weird to me. Like, I don't understand. I never understood that. And it's to a point where the victim then starts blaming herself. Well, then maybe it was my fault.
And it's never the victim. So I don't care, young, old. I don't care how old you are. If you are the victim of rape, molest, like anything like that, it's never your fault.
Right? Because they be like, oh well, if you're a teenager, they say, oh well, you know what to do. Either way, that person is an adult, whether it's a man or a woman. You are the adult, so you know that this is still technically a child, right? So I know it could be like, oh yeah, teenagers know, yeah, but you should still be as the adult. Nah, you're wildin'. We not even gonna be on that type of time. You know, when you turn 18, catch me on the flip side.
Right,
but you're still a child and you're still growing. So now here I am, an adult. I'm gonna come and ruin your life. Ruin your life, take away your youth, and then as you get older, because that's what happens, they don't want you no more. And then you done wasted your entire youth. I done took your youth from you. I done took everything from you and manipulated you into feeling like this is what was correct. And then the victim still gets blamed.
Yeah.
Either way.
Yeah. Oh wow. So the people that you have spoken to in your family about it, like, did all of them like blame you?
It wasn't a conversation. It was, you did this, and that's it. It was never a conversation. And then everybody just pretend like they don't know about it. The people that were in the situation. It wasn't a lot of people. Three people in the situation. So it's just like swept under the rug. Let's forget about it. Keep it going. And we'll just start a rumor that...
Oh, Lord. If you don't mind me asking, how old were you?
14?
That's not when like you started staying to yourself, is it?
I've always been to myself.
Okay. I asked that because, you know, a lot of times that can be the reason why.
Yeah, I'm an only child, so I've always been to myself.
Okay.
So that didn't stop anything. But it definitely made me look at family different. Like, okay. And as soon as I was able to get on my own, I stayed on my own.
Yeah. It would make you, honestly, I wouldn't want to be around my family at that point. Whoever knew, I can't talk to you personally, like, because I told you something, you blame me for it. I can't talk to you. I don't want nothing to do with you.
I don't fuck with y'all.
Yeah, like, I don't want nothing to do with you at that point. Because as a child, because 14 is still, 14 isn't 17.
Right.
14, you're just coming out of junior high school. Like,
I'm a child. And if anybody knows me back then, you think I look young now? Bro, I was this big.
yes.
You're not telling me I'd had any kind of sexual innuendos to you. Like, bro, I had no body, no nothing. All I had was long hair and brown skin. That's about it. You know, because the people love to say, oh, well, maybe you were too... Bro, I had a little boy body. Like...
She's ODing, but I get what she's saying.
Because somebody somewhere will be like, oh, well, it was the hips for me.
And no, she was very skinny. Like, very skinny. She was short and very skinny. Like, so it's like, what appealed to you?
It was the fact that you knew I was in a weekend situation. That's just what that was.
Okay. Whew. Families. Anybody, parents, aunties, cousins. If someone has the strength, if a victim has the strength to come to you about something like that, you have to believe them.
Like, you can't just sweep it under the rug. You're telling me you're not going to investigate at all?
Yeah, like...
You're not going to remove the person from the house or the area or whatever.
Right, just until you realize something. Like, because something got to be done. You can't just be like, oh, no, that didn't happen. And...
What?
Like, because then if you keep bringing that person around, it's going to continue happening.
Right. You're going to continue to make the child or whomever feel uncomfortable. And why should they have to feel uncomfortable around a person? So you just gonna be like, oh, whatever, it happened. Or y'all do this. Y'all make the victim marry their rapist. Because that's also a thing that happens. Like, so, you know, I watch a lot of documentaries, and when I was in college, I would have to do a thesis, and I had to talk to straight out pedophiles and rapists, and which drove me in a frenzy because I was calling home every day like, the kids cannot go outside. It is 37 pedophiles near Morningside Park. Like, I was going, like, the research is driving me mad. But people don't even know in certain states, like, it's underage marriage.
Yeah. In certain, you know when I found that out? When the whole thing with R. Kelly happened? I started looking up, like, the different ages in different states. 'Cause I was like, depending on the state that they were in, technically, morally, it's disgusting. Let's just...
Right, by law,
he didn't
he had that right.
Wrong. Like, some states, you could be 16.
Yeah.
Some states, you could be 17.
Yep.
Like, one of the women on his documentary was, and I believe it was Florida, she was like, oh, I was 17, and in Florida, yeah, that's about right. You can be 17.
And in Florida, even different counties, you are allowed to get married at different ages. So if one county didn't work, just go on to the next one and they'll marry you.
Yep.
You know, like, it definitely was a time when y'all was marrying off like 10-year-olds and stuff like that. If they got raped, you married them off, and here you go. Like, that's it. Or you'll go around, like, it was a documentary I was watching where I think the young lady started getting molested at like 9.
Mm-hmm.
She told her mom, and her mom ended up making her marry him. And the little girl, I guess it spread around the church, and the mom, instead of defending your child, you go and tell all the church members she's a liar and she's making it up. You take her to go get married to the, and mind you, the guy was a deacon. He was a deacon. He was 23 years old. She ended up having 7 children by him. And he wasn't even a good father. On top of it, he would come home, make a baby with her, leave, disappear for however long, come back, rape her, make a baby with her, leave, disappear for however long. And that just kept happening throughout years until she got old enough and was like, I don't have to do this no more. I'm getting a divorce and I'm taking all my kids and we're going to make the best life we can make.
Right. Wow. But it's a lot of mothers who do, like, mothers don't like to believe that their boyfriends can molest their kids.
Yes.
Like,
what?
That ain't no kin of them.
Right.
Just
There's people out there who get next to you because of your kids.
Mm-hmm.
Because they trying to get next to your kids.
They'll see you outside with your kids. So now I want to get closer. How I'm gonna do it?
Right.
I'm gonna get you.
Exactly. Make you feel like we in love.
And then you get too comfortable with me.
Mm-hmm.
And
the kid around.
Personally, I could never do. I have a son, but I can't leave my son with just anybody.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Boys get raped too, by men or women.
I remember there was a case years ago. The woman walked in on her boyfriend molesting her son, and I believe she stabbed him. I'm stabbing you too.
Rightfully.
I walk in and you molesting my kid.
Rightfully so.
It's stuff like that. I was happy that mother did that because you have some that like we're talking about that just sweep it under the rug.
Sweep it right on under. And pretend like it never happened.
How can you live with yourself?
Pimp out their daughters. You know?
How can you live with yourself as a parent and your kid tells you, "Mommy, this person touched me,"
right?
And you be like, "No, they didn't."
They have that mentality, that ignorant. Like even like Billie Holiday, her mother was a prostitute. She wanted to pimp her out, and she was like, she told her mother, "I don't want to be no hoe."
Mm-hmm.
She was like, "Well, it's good enough for me. It should be good enough for you." She got raped at the age of 10.
That's your business.
And then you grow up hypersexualized because someone took it upon themselves to take your innocence.
Yep.
So you wonder why some people are like sex fiends, or that's how they find love.
Because they don't know nothing else.
They don't know. In
situations like that, the mother will tell you, "No, this person loves you. That's why they're doing it."
Mm-hmm. Or use what you got to get what you want.
I ain't doing none of that.
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. You basically telling me my worth is my vagina.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. I have nothing else to offer because God didn't give me a brain. So I can only offer you vagina.
I blame a lot of these girls out there for that mentality too, because that's what they use to get what they like, literally. So, but I'm kind of stuck still.
If I find out anybody I'm cool with or whatever is a pedophile, I'm reporting you straight like that. I'm not sweeping nothing under the rug. If I ever see you doing anything inappropriate, I'm checking you for it and I'm reporting you, and that's it. Mm-hmm. I don't know how y'all just be wanting to sweep shit under the rug. No.
Yeah. You know, because you mentioned it, how guys be like, "Oh, when you get older, I want you
all the time."
That's I hate to say it, but that's pedophile behavior.
You looking at me and I'm young.
Knowing that I'm young, you know I'm young, and you say that
thinking about what you gonna do when
you're already sexualizing me,
right? And the only reason you're gonna wait till I get older is because it's deemed
you don't want to go to jail.
Inappropriate.
That's it.
Right.
If you wasn't gonna go to jail for doing it, you would do it right now. You would do it. When I'm like,
so you're already letting me know what time you on. So now I feel like I don't even want to be nowhere near you. I don't want to be nowhere around you. I don't want to be alone with you. None of that. Mm-hmm. Keep yourself on over there. Y'all be thinking that's cute. Y'all older men and women who be dating these little ass kids that's still in high school and shit like that, and middle school and all that. Y'all wildin'.
And I'm not gonna sit here in front like when I was a teenager I didn't deal with people who was older.
Right.
I did. I guess I would. I guess y'all could say I was a little fast, just a tad, just a little. And now that I'm older, it was like, yo, they was pedophiles. Like,
you are a pedophile, bro. You know that I am a kid. You know that it is appealing to be like, oh, an older dude wanna fuck with me. Now, personally, me, I never fuck with no older dude. And it's probably because, unfortunately, I had a lot of life experience from young. So, but you are the adult.
Yeah.
So just because, you know, I got a little breasts, I got a little ass, I got a little hips.
One of the guys, and I never lied about my age, y'all. That's something I never did. One of the guys, he worked at Family Dollar. I was 16. He was 21 or 22. He knew my age, and like I said, I guess y'all can say I was a little fast. He knew my age, and he didn't care. He was just like, listen, just don't tell nobody. Like,
as long as you could fuck.
He was just like, don't tell nobody. And like I said, now that I'm older, it's just like, wow, like, this is what girls be going through. Like,
I want my kids to go through that.
Cause it sucks. It was consensual, but it's still like, you knew my age. I guess you could kind of say it was like I was taking advantage of.
Why do you want to deal with someone in high school? I have a curfew. I can't go to the bar with you. I can't even vote. What the hell you gonna do?
What do you want with me?
Okay,
like,
what you gonna do? You can't do nothing with me but sit in the park and fuck me. So what else could you possibly want from me? It's not that I'm mature. No, don't say that. It's not. Because we all know girls, you know, we advance way more.
Yeah, but it wasn't.
But it's not that I'm mature for my age. You saw what I had going on.
I was cute and I had a body.
And you dismissed my age. You dismissed my age. That's it.
Yeah.
Now, for people who get in situations where the person lied about their age or whatever the case may be, that's a touchier situation, and I can understand that because the person did lie about their age and stuff like that.
That's when the person who would be the victim is your fault.
But sometimes this is why it's good to do background check. That's when it comes in. Because it's never going to be a day where you're going to catch me lacking. I'm just not.
That's true.
I'm not going to have no charge for no statutory rape, bro. I'm not going to do it.
But you know other situations too. I knew somebody, I'm not going to put the person out there. He was 19. The girl's real age was 15. But hold on, I was like, she only told him that she was a year older. So she lied, but just saying, oh, I'm 16.
But he was 19. So either way, he's so wrong.
Exactly. You have those situations, guys, you're still wrong in that situation. Don't think, oh, well, she lied about her age. 16 and 19 ain't a good age.
15 and 16 ain't that much of a difference, though. If you 19,
exactly.
I'm not saying she right for lying.
No, she was wrong.
But if I'm 15 and I lie that I'm 16, and you 19, you still know that I'm 16.
But you know, people, they'll be like, oh, that's only 3 years. 19 and 16 is a difference.
It is a difference, bro.
At 19, you're heading into adulthood. You're heading into a different stage than a 16-year-old.
Right. Her body's still developing and growing and shit.
Like it's still nasty. Still nasty. You can still go to jail. Like, that's what really matters
and
here.
What do you want with someone who's in high school? I don't understand it.
No, seriously.
What are you going to do with this little kid? This is a little kid who got to ask their parents for permission to go outside. So what are you going to do with them? Unless you date somebody and like foster kid that keep running away, and I'm not even saying do that. This person got to ask for permission to go outside. What are you going to do with them?
While you don't got no curfew, you got to make sure she home by 10.
Right, you probably got a job and shit, waking up, helping your mama pay bills. Sure, you got to be in the house by 10 o'clock. What? And can still be put on punishment.
Because it's young
pussy.
Get her
phone taken.
That's how people think it's young pussy.
And you feel like it's better pussy because it's young pussy. You don't even know that pussy probably ran through.
Right, because these girls be hoes. These girls be hoes.
Oh, you feel like because they're younger, you can easily
manipulate them. That's a huge.
It's a control thing. Y'all want to be able to control people.
I think that, but I think that even like at our age, I feel like older guys go for us because they feel like they can control us.
Right. You can't control me, baby.
At all.
So yeah, there's that. But even when I was younger, you
can't control.
You can't you're not telling me nothing. Who are you, my father?
There was the same friend that I said that her uncle, is her little cousin. Her little cousin was in school and they was teaching them, like, oh, and she was 11 at the time, I believe, or she was younger. But it was like, oh, don't let nobody touch you here. Don't let like if they touch you here, this is what this is. So she wound up like, oh, my uncle does that, not knowing that it was wrong.
Right.
That's how her family found out.
Wow.
And to the point where her older sister don't even back her up with it. Like, their cousin was talking about it and on some, I don't believe it. And her older sister ain't doing it. Like, and it's just like, why? It's the same person with multiple girls in your family.
Right. And you don't believe it because you don't want to believe it, because then you will have to address it. It will have to be brought forward. So the girl who said that she don't believe it, it's her father. Exactly. She don't want. I wouldn't want to. But you already have this perception of who your father is. If you have a decent father, good father, whatever, you have one perception of.
Supposedly he's a drunk.
So you don't want nothing else bad said about your father.
My thing is that there's no way. It's constant girls in your family coming to y'all saying that he's doing this.
But you don't want to believe it because what you say is
right, and the fact that the girl's older sister is just like, well, what?
It's never a day Alicia, Alexis, Michaela, or Leia can come to me and tell me that somebody in my family touched them, and I'm not gonna put hands, feet, guns, and everything on them. Mm-hmm. It's not even gonna be able to get to the police by the time I get to them. It's not. You can never tell me. You can never tell me nothing.
Nothing's close to it. No, nothing. Because I'm going off.
Nothing. You can never. They would.
Going off.
They would probably try to hide it from me because I'm going off the deep end. They body gonna be in a Hudson and take that as a threat. You crazy? They told me men roll their eyes and said like, "Oh, you a bitch," and I just run down on men. You crazy? Tell me somebody touched you, bro. Good luck.
Nah, for real. And just thinking about it, you see how she get hyped up? Because it's just the thought.
Like, because what?
So I can't imagine. I'm the youngest out of my siblings, but I can't even imagine like when I was younger, my older sister being like
telling you some shit like that.
Cause I'm still going off. I'm the rowdy one out of my siblings, so yeah, I'm going off.
What the fuck is you talking about? We going over there right now. Right now, I like they whole door on fire. I'm not asking no questions
at all. I'll ask questions after I beat you up.
If you did, I'll talk to your spirit. Like what? Over my? You crazy? It's crazy.
It's so many people who go through it
every single day.
It's
every single day.
And it's so
like I had a client. Oh my God, that was my baby. She was so bad. But she had such a rough life. Like her mother was a crackhead. Okay. She was a prostitute. You know, you gotta get it how you get it. She pimped her out. She aged out of ACS, so we took her into a PWD group home, and she was rough. Ooh, she was rough around the edges. Her mother pimped her out for years, so that's how she always figured that's how love is. You know, men have sex with me and they love me. Ain't no, how else do you explain that, right? So even when we got her, it was hard to like tame her. Like, yo, you gotta be in the house at this time. You gotta do this. Like, what? I'm going out and I'm gonna do whatever I wanna do. I remember one time, and this changed the impact of my career. Where she went out, she met some man on Facebook, and she went out there to Queens, far Rockaway. And he was not letting her go. We could not get her back. So we calling her phone, it's going straight to voicemail. We calling. He finally calls us. And he like, if you want her back, you know, y'all gotta pay for her.
What the fuck?
And I mean, when I tell you my whole team was devastated, like, yo, what we about to do? Because you got to be easy with this. Because everybody, like, you know, clear people like, you know, you got to put cops for it. I'm like, no, y'all got to be easy with this.
Right. This is no fun. Like,
this ain't no.
If you watch certain shows, you know that they'll kill us.
And not even that, like, we in the hood. We know what's up. Mm-hmm. Like, that. It's Far Rockaway. Her body won't be found, bro. Like, that's just what that is. She fall the fuck out. Like, so we ended up, he was like, yo, y'all gotta come get her. So we called the cops, whatever. We just told, like, yo, let us go get her. Y'all be on the side or whatever. We went, we got her. We took her to the hospital. She basically had almost everything under the sun except for HIV/AIDS and COVID.
Oh, wow.
9 men raped her.
Oh my gosh.
Through the course of like 48 hours. And it was so, she was so badly banged up that she couldn't even walk. Like, we had to, and mind you, she was my age. She's a girl my age. So it's so crazy that you look at her, you see my life and you see her life and you like, yo, that could have been me.
Yeah.
Like that girl could have been me. She's dead my age. Like, I'm her therapist, I'm her counselor, I'm her caseworker. But we're the same age with totally different lives. That is scary as hell. And you know what? Right after that thing, you know, her vagina healed because I made her sit in the tub in Epsom water and essential oils just to soothe her. Technically, under OPW, you're not supposed to do stuff like that, but I'm black. I know it's the right thing to do. She went right back out that night. Right back out on the stroll. And she was like, well, I gotta go do what I gotta do because my mother said the money don't stop. And I said, baby, that's not how you get love.
At all.
That's not how you get love. She was like, yes, it is. Yes, it is.
It's not.
When they beat you and when they hold you down and take it, it's because you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing and you're supposed to listen to the man.
I'm about to cry.
And it was so fucking heartbreaking because, like, that job, almost my entire female caseload was like that. It was so when you work in like ACS, OPWC, I always tell people if you're gonna start out in the field, start out in ACS because it make you tougher for the rest of the field.
Okay.
Like, these stories is heartbreaking. Like, I had another client, she ended up marrying her pimp and ended up pimping out other girls. And it's because of the upbringing. You know, they was pimped out by their mothers. That's all they knew. Then they was put out on the streets. They had to fend for themselves. That's how they made money until we got them in the system. But they not used to that life. So when you put them in the house and you're feeding them and I'm not doing that. I'm going right back out in the streets.
Right.
Because that's where the love is. That's where the money is.
And that's what they used to.
That's what they used to. She signed the other girl, she signed herself out of our program, which, you know, is nothing we could do. And she actually lived like up the block from her group home. So it's not like we didn't see her. She invited me to her wedding. I did not go because she a pimp.
Anybody know what?
And I mean, I always tell that story even in job interviews, and they be like, "What? Like, yeah, like this is what you deal with. Like, this is what you deal with, real life." And it was always easy for me to relate to them because I'm just like, I get it. I may not have been, thank God, in situations where I was raped multiple times by multiple people, but I understand what it's like for someone to take something from you that you can't get back.
Is that why you got into this field?
My mother was a social worker, substance abuse counselor.
Okay.
And she dealt with her own substance abuse. And then my grandmother always used to make us do volunteer work every Saturday. So I was always in homeless shelters and stuff like that. So it was just, it's just, I'm used to, would you stop? I'm used to being in this field. So it was a natural thing. My grandmother was a seamstress. I'm not too sure how we all transitioned over like that. But
okay. Whew. I learned some new things today that I'm still trying to like process. You know, just stand up for the people in your family. Like,
for real. Stop
protecting pedophiles because, and stop blaming it. Oh, they're sick in the head. Oh yeah, obviously.
Right. The hell.
But then get them the help that they need.
And it shouldn't be that if someone kills their rapist, that they're going to jail for a number of years. Yeah, they could do whatever time. But
like, I do understand going
right,
to jail.
because you did kill another human.
Mm-hmm.
But they should not be doing 10, 20 life sentences because someone decided to sex traffic them.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to kill you too to get away. How else am I supposed to get away?
And there shouldn't be jail that they're in. It should be rehabilitation centers. Because now you got to worry about them healing. You put me in a box and throwing me slop 3 times a day, it's not going to help me. It's not going to solve the reason that I killed someone who took something from me.
Yeah.
So we also got to work on that. Rehabilitation is the key. And that's just not even with sex victims, that's in general. Rehabilitation is literally the key. If you look at other countries and you look at their jail systems, Germany, Norway, just throw out a few, their rehabilitation systems is why their crime rates are way lower. Y'all gotta get it together.
People don't understand. How about get the person help instead of, oh, you gotta go to jail.
You gotta go to jail.
You gotta go to jail.
Yes. Should they be punished for killing someone? Yes. Because you took the life of someone. However, we're not gonna stop and think, why did they take the life of someone? They took something from them and they can't get it back. So why do you even deserve to live?
Mm-hmm.
Are we really missing you? Are you a productive person of society?
So
no.
stupid.
But they gonna do their time. But at the same time, we need to be making sure that we're healing these people so when they come out, they don't repeat.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of people who were raped, rape.
Yup.
And that's because the cycle keeps continuing.
They think that's how it's supposed to go.
Exactly.
Because they weren't taught anything differently.
They think that's how love is. That's what love is. I say, if I want it, I take it. That's how it's supposed to go, right? No.
Or they see like their fathers doing that to their mothers. Because even if you're with somebody,
stick around.
right? Because even if you are my man, and I tell you no, and you take it, it's still rape.
Mm-hmm. I said no.
But see, people don't look at that to be rape either.
See, right?
It's
in
rape.
marriages, they be like, "Oh, but that's my wife."
So,
you can rape your wife.
You can.
You can rape your husband. Like, if someone is dead ass, no, not like, no, I'm playing.
Right, we be playing sometimes.
And I'm lifting up my hips to let you take over my.
Don't do
when
that.
I'm saying no,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not in the mood. No, that's it. I don't want to do it. No means freaking no. My balloon was full. No means freaking no. And y'all need to understand what no means clearly. Mm-hmm. And y'all need to stop covering for people who are pedophiles and rapists and all that good stuff.
Yep.
Seriously, y'all. Check yourselves.
Definitely. So, that's it for today.
Yes.
Y'all.
Giving y'all something to think about.
Yes. As y'all know, y'all gonna catch us every Wednesday. Nia, say your line, girl. Oh, Thursday. Fuck. We already said we a little off today.
Yes.
Sorry. We're a little off today. Listen, we had a good day yesterday.
We really did.
So, and we ain't learned.
We totally did.
So every Thursday,
right.
Say your line, girl.
So like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Share it, comment, all that good stuff. Y'all know what's up. See y'all.